Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. I'm also good. I had a scintillating conversation with Tutor, yes, and he is an international public speaker, he is a Josh Talk speaker, TEDx speaker, or a best selling author. He is a communication coach, providing presentation skills, and many more. I'm super excited for this conversation. Hope you too. So let's dive into the conversation.
Our goal is to make sure that communication or English speaking or even the pronunciation of a word should not feel like a performance to you. It should not feel like you have to learn it before an interview that you're conducting or a sort of
Hmm.
conversation that you're conducting. It should come naturally. I'm so happy to know that you are not just somebody who is interested in, let's say, English or English communication specifically, but you are interested in learning about everything, as I
Yes.
can see from your answer. It is so I started when I was just 16 years old, actually. That is when I
Hmm.
authored my debut novel, which went on to become an international award winning narrative, which I'm very
Wow.
humbled and grateful for.
Which
And
novel?
it was titled A Celebration in Tribulation. And
Okay.
that was my first book. After that, I authored Pandemic 2020, which was one of the first fiction novels ever on the COVID 19 outbreak in the entire world. And for that, I have
Okay.
set a few international records at the India Book of Records and the Asia Book of Records. That was the time around which I was invited for my first TED Talk. And since then, I have delivered 8 TED Talks, 5 Josh
Oh.
Talks, many of which have gone on to amass more than a million views as well. It is always a joy and delight to talk about subjects like communication skills, creative writing, storytelling. If I ask you, give me 3 reasons. You can give me even more if you can think of more.
Hmm.
Why do people do that? Why do people say yes even when they don't want to say yes?
Okay.
Hi, good evening, Priyanka.
Yes. Very good evening.
Good evening. Can you see me and hear me right now? Can I kindly confirm
Yes,
that
I can
first?
hear you.
All
Yes,
right,
I can see
wonderful.
you too.
How are you, Priyanka?
Yes, I'm doing well. Can I call you sir?
Absolutely. You can call me sir, you can call me Yash. That is totally up to you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. So, Priyanka, if you don't mind me asking, where are you joining me from right now?
Yeah, I'm from Gurugram, Haryana.
Okay, how's the weather over there right now?
Weather is good.
It's getting chilly day by day, right?
Chilly day. Yeah.
Of course, of course. All right, great. So, the topic I have chosen for our discussion today, and you can let me know if this is a topic you'd like to have a conversation or not. The
Mm-hmm.
topic I've chosen is that of people pleasing. Do you know what people pleasing is all about? Have you ever thought about it or heard about it?
Yes, yes. People pleasing means we are asking for validation means what people are looking for, like if somebody is looking for something, so we are trying to be like that, like we want to behave like others, like whatever they want to behave us, so we try to behave like their own expectations.
Hmm. Okay.
It is
All
like
right.
people pleasing. We are not free to share our thoughts in front of them.
Okay, all right, all right. So I'll give you 2 situations and you can let me know which one sounds more appropriate to define people pleasing. Okay?
Hmm.
Somebody asks a question and you
Okay.
do not agree with that question at all. Or maybe a friend of yours asks, let's go and watch this new movie that has just released in the theaters. You don't want to watch it, but you say yes anyway because you don't want to hurt their feelings. The
Hmm.
other situation is somebody asks whether you want to watch a new movie or you want to watch an old movie. Both of them are releasing in the theater. And you
Hmm.
clearly state, I want to watch the old movie. So you are respecting their decision to watch a movie, but you are giving a clear decision about which one they should be watching. Which one of
Hmm.
these two statements feels more appropriate for the sentiment of people pleasing?
First one.
Why?
Because as I told you, like we are not free to share our opinion or thoughts. We are pleasing people. That is why we agree whatever they want from us.
All right. So, if I'm understanding your answer correctly, people pleasing is all about saying yes, sir, yes, ma'am,
Mm,
yes,
yes,
boss,
ma'am.
without
Always.
thinking anything about it. Okay.
Without giving any thought, just say yes to them.
Why do people do that, Priyanka? If I ask you, give me 3 reasons. You can give me even more if you can think of more.
Hmm.
Why do people do that? Why do people say yes even when they don't want to say yes?
Okay. So as I feel, as I can see around me, like many people are do the same. Like specifically in corporate world, I can see these things happening. So they want to get some money, or maybe they want to get some benefit from the person. That is why they are doing this. This is negative thing. I always consider it is a negative thing. So they please the person, they please their boss, and they always say yes because they want some benefit or they want some hike in their salary. That is why they do this. And second thing is they want to fit in their criteria. They want uh, to be a favorite person of someone. So maybe that is why they do this.
Okay.
And third reason is they don't want to be in a situation where they have to explain things. They don't have time, or they don't want to uh, narrate the story why I am not ready to go for that movie. They don't want to be in that. They are busy in their life, so they say yes. Let's go. If you want, let's go.
Mhm.
So I think these three reasons, that is why, like, I am in the last category. I am very busy in my life. So whenever somebody told me that either I can say yes or no. But if I feel the person is related, like I feel the person is loved once, the person is my loved one. So I say yes. Okay, let's go. Otherwise, there will be a messy situation. I have to explain why I don't want to go. So that is why I just say yes. Let's go.
All
Let's do
right.
something here.
Okay. So you have told us that usually people are people pleasing because they don't have any other option in
Hmm.
order to get what they want or get what they need, right?
Yeah.
Do you think people pleasing can also be in any way associated to internal anxieties or nervousness or any form of self confidence
Doubt.
that is lacking? The lack of self confidence, as you mentioned,
Hmm.
self doubt. Do you think these
Hmm.
can possibly be the reason behind people pleasing? I just want to know your thoughts.
Hmm. Yes, because of self doubt, we are not much confident about our statement or our work. So that is why we do that. Okay, the person is saying this, so maybe this is correct. So let's follow him or her. Otherwise, I have to take responsibility and I have to do extra work. So that is why they just say yes. Okay, do I will do that.
Yes, sure. So it can also be because of anxieties. Am I getting that right?
Hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, Priyanka, I'm just going to share a very quick, just a second. I hope I'm visible and audible right now.
Yes, you are visible
Yes.
and audible, but here is a voice noise from your side. I don't know, like
Yes, that
it's
is why
fans
I'm
noise
asking.
or.
That is why I'm asking. My device is glitching a little bit. So it is
Mhm.
showing that there is a network issue. But I hope that for the discussion's sake, you are able to at least understand what I'm saying,
Yes,
right?
I'm able to understand, but there is a noise. I think there is
Yes.
a
I
fan. I think.
apologize for that. I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
that is the
okay.
fan. That is the device itself which is making the trouble.
Okay.
In any case, thank you so much for
Mhm.
understanding. So the feedback I wanted to give you is about a small area that we are going to make an adjustment about. We are going to make a correction about as we move forward with the conversation today. Okay.
Okay.
Whenever you are pronouncing the word OUR, how do you pronounce the word OUR? Can you say it out for me?
OUR. Our.
Hour. This hour, which is coming, the V sound, we have to
Mhm.
make it a bit less pronounced.
Our.
In
Our.
natural conversation, it can be heard a few times, but when it is feeling a too much like hour, it sounds like you are saying AVER, hour, which is not a
Hmm.
word, right? If it is too
Hmm.
pronounced, it becomes emphasized, and we have
Okay.
to work a little bit on it. Firstly,
How can we pronounce it then?
you can
Our.
either say R or you can
R.
say our. You can say it has to come with a flow. Our. When I said
Our.
our, is it
Mhm.
sounding like I'm pronouncing too much the V sound? Am I hammering on the sound of V? No, right? It's our. So it is coming there. It is understandable, but it is not too much hammered. It just allows you to speak with a flow that doesn't
Mhm.
feel too emphasized to the ears of the listener. Okay, that's the first one.
Mhm.
Secondly, the fumbling of certain words. Whenever you are trying to find a new thought, I'm able to notice that some of the words are fumbling. It's not happening too often. I'm not saying that it is
Mhm.
happening too often, but a few times the fumbling of the sounds of words is happening. So it is something that we can just be a bit more mindful about as we move forward with the
Okay. Yeah.
conversation. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So you mentioned that in the corporate sector, you see a lot of people. maybe your colleagues, your working professionals around you?
I'm not working anywhere, first of all. I want to tell you. I just
Okay.
want to give
All
you
right.
an
All right. So
example.
that was an example. Sure.
Yeah.
Then, not in that case, in general, can you think of any specific person who feels like the typical example of being a people pleaser? Like, have you ever seen anyone close to you or anyone in your professional circle as well who might have been the best people pleaser that you can possibly think of? Does any example like that come to your mind?
No, I don't remember
Okay.
anyone. Actually, no, I don't have any person, such type of person I don't have.
All
I
right.
haven't met.
No worries. What do you think is the polar opposite of being a people pleaser?
Opposite.
Polar opposite, the exact opposite.
Confident person who has confidence and who is able to articulate well, explain well, do well. So they don't follow anyone, they just follow their own criterias. Like
Sure.
whatever they want to do, they do by heart.
All right. Now, once again, a quick adjustment we have to make whenever you are speaking the word follow. FOLLOW.
Follow,
Speak it out for me.
follow,
Follow, right? When you are speaking it in a flow, it is sounding like a follow, follow, fo, and for.
follow,
There is a difference, right? Follow
follow,
and follow. So
follow.
it is about actually the pronunciation of words when we are pointing it out. It becomes clear. You are not making any mistake. When we are talking
Hmm.
in pace, when we are talking in a regular pace, that is when these mistakes are understandable. So these are just
Hmm.
tiny adjustments we have to make along the way. I hope it is not a problem if I interrupt you and tell these adjustments in between, right?
Yeah, yeah, no problem.
Great. Thank you so much. And if it is, you can just let me know. We can take all these corrections for the end of the discussion as well. I hope that
Yeah,
will be
that would be good if you will
okay.
take in the end
Will
of
do.
the session
Will
because
do.
somewhere it
Of course, of course, it's totally up to you.
hampering my
This is
behavior,
your
like
learning
flow.
journey. It is totally fine. It is your learning journey. Whatever you
Hmm.
tell, the way that you want to learn, it's absolutely fine. So I'm going to
Yeah.
be keeping that note. And yes, you were
Yeah,
saying
so
something else.
before moving ahead, I want to know bit about you because I have checked your profile and you are a Joss Talk speaker,
Yes,
if I'm not wrong,
yes,
and TED Talk speaker too.
yes,
So
yes.
because before joining this session, I have checked your profile and I found it interesting. So I want to
Thank
know
you.
a little bit about you.
Of course, absolutely. I'd love to
Yeah.
share about my journey. So, my name is Yash Tiwari, as you know. I have been
Hmm.
in this field of communication training and storytelling for a close to a decade now. I started when I was just 16 years old, actually. That is when I
Hmm.
authored my debut novel, which went on to become an international award winning narrative, which I'm very
Wow.
humbled and grateful for.
Which
And
novel?
it was titled A Celebration in Tribulation. And
Okay.
that was my first book. After that, I authored Pandemic 2020, which was one of the first fiction novels ever on the COVID 19 outbreak in the entire world. And for that, I have
Okay.
set a few international records at the India Book of Records and the Asia Book of Records. That was the time around which I was invited for my first TED Talk. And since then, I have delivered 8 TED Talks, 5 Josh Talks, many of which have gone on to amass more than a million views as well. And it is always a joy and delight to talk about subjects like communication skills, creative writing, storytelling. And this is something I would like to appreciate your views on as well. In my personal opinion, communication is majorly about telling a story or being a storyteller. How much do you agree with this?
Yes, I agree with you because I have read one book that is Talk Like a TED, and in that book, they emphasize on storytelling part. So from there, I got to know like this is really important thing. Like if we are good storyteller, we can connect to the audience. Whatever we want to tell, we can connect easily.
Sure.
And I also love reading book, so I would love to read your book too.
All right, that's wonderful. Can you
Yeah.
name your favorite book of all time? I would like to check it out as well.
Actually, nowadays I'm just reading self-help books. So one of my favorite book is The Law of Attraction and The Secret.
Great, great, wonderful.
Yeah.
I have very recently authored a non-fiction book as well. This was my first
Okay.
non-fiction titled The Mindful Revival. So hopefully you can
Mm-hmm.
check it out and share your reviews on the same.
Sure,
I'd
sure.
really
Actually,
appreciate that.
yesterday I took a challenge. I want to complete one book in one day, and I have
Okay.
finished that. And
Oh
I
wow.
posted on over my channel too. It
So
was really amazing. Yeah.
that's great. You have a channel, I believe, as you mentioned.
Yes.
Okay. Do you review books over there or something else entirely?
Yes, I review book and I upload conversational videos. Sometimes I upload shorts and over Instagram. On Instagram also, I have around 9,000 followers
That's
just
so
because of
wonderful.
my reading habits and all.
So
I
I
just
want your
post there.
reviews on my book as well. Then I will be very eagerly
Sure,
awaiting
sure,
that. And
sure, sure.
certainly, that's so great to know, Priyanka, and so happy to know that you are not just somebody who is interested in, let's say, English or English communication specifically, but you are interested in learning about everything, as I
Yes,
can see from your answer. It is so important.
yes.
How much do you feel that becoming a confident speaker is dependent on being a curious learner? What would you like to comment on this?
Yeah, I think learning is important if you want to be a good communicator. If you are learning every day, then there will be a content always in your head. Otherwise, like I am a YouTuber, I always have content in my mind because I'm reading something every day, so there is no need to worry about content. So same related same in English. Like if we want to speak English, we want to speak well, so there should be a content in our head. And learning is really important, as like Sudhamurti once said, the day you stop learning is the day you stop living. So if you want to live your life fully, so you have to learn every day. So that quote, like I wrote down in my diary on the first page, and I follow that thing.
Priyanka, you are giving such wonderful examples. I mean, I'm constantly noticing that if we do not just think about any minor errors that are being made, the stories that you are telling, the examples that you're
I'm
giving,
trying.
they are really wonderful. I mean, the fact that earlier you were talking about the corporate scenario, I genuinely imagine that you are a corporate professional. So you can
No.
understand how impactfully you are giving the examples and stories. I really appreciate that. So keep up with that,
Yeah.
certainly.
Thank
But
you.
yes, certainly. But moving forward, to know how well you keep up with these examples, let's shoot the next question. Will that be fine?
Mm. Sure.
Okay. So you mentioned that the polar opposite of being a people pleaser is being a confident person. How is it that some people feel confident enough to say no, and some people feel anxious enough to say yes even when they want to say no? What do you think is the differentiating factor between these two personalities?
I didn't get the question
You
actually.
said that polar opposite of being a
Mm.
people pleaser is being a confident person, right?
Confident, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is it exactly as a root cause which either makes a person a confident person, that they are confident enough to say no when they want to, or makes a person a people pleaser? What makes a person anxious and what makes a person confident, respectively? That is what I'm asking.
Self doubt. I feel
Okay.
self doubt. They don't have enough confidence on them. That is why they do this.
All right, all right. Any scenarios that come to mind? Any example for this particular answer that you have given?
Like what I have to say, yeah, about this. I
What
think this
I'm
is the
asking
only
is,
thing, like self doubt. Because of
yes,
self doubt, they are not able to say yes or no.
sure,
If they have confidence, so they can easily say yes or
all
no.
right, all right. So I'll give you a scenario. Let's see if you can
Mm.
come up with an example or answer for this.
Okay.
Okay. When was the last time when you felt that a question was asked or a situation was presented in front of you and you had to say yes for the sake of it and you could not say no? Can you give an example from your personal life? Was there ever a moment in the recent past that you can recall?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I don't remember anything. Yes, I remember one thing. I wanted to have a conversation with the YouTuber, but because of some reason he was busy, so I was trying to connect with him again and again. I was texting him after 1 week or 2 weeks. So, like I felt very bad because of his behavior. Then I thought I'm not going to have a conversation with him again. But after some time, maybe he realized because I was trying to connect with him. So he realized and he texted me, "Sorry, Priyanka, let's connect on this weekend and we will have a conversation over books." So I said no. Now I like now I don't feel I have to have a conversation with you, because that time you were ignoring me. So after some time I feel no, it's my profession, so I have to be little um, soft, in like we have to accept these situations too. Maybe that person, maybe the person was busy in something important, so I should respect his or her time. So again I said no. So like sometimes situations or circumstances become like that, so we don't follow our heart, we have to follow uh, situations.
Sure. So it felt like a compromise for you, right?
Compromise, yeah.
Yes, compromise is the exact word. There was an alternative. You could have said no, even continuing the conversation. But eventually,
Yeah.
you felt like you had to say a yes because a compromise was needed in this professional sphere. Had it been like a friend or somebody, I think you might have been more comfortable to say no for a longer time as well. But because
Mm-hmm.
this was a professional commitment, it felt like you had to compromise a little bit. Am I getting it correct?
Mm, yeah.
Okay. So, in that sense, do you feel that being a people pleaser every now and then, especially in professional scenarios, it is actually fine? It is actually acceptable? Or do you feel that one should constantly strive to be as absolutely honest about their views as they feel?
I don't feel we should be people pleaser, but yes, we should try to say our thoughts
Hmm.
first. And if like first we have to put ourselves in that person's situation, then if we feel the person is right or wrong, then we can maybe switch, or then we maybe we can just say yes or no. We can be little people pleaser, but not for the sake of money or any benefit. First we have to say what is right, then we can think later.
Sure. All right. So, I have a final
Your
question
questions
for
are little advanced sometimes.
you.
Like I
No,
feel fish
I
out
know.
of water.
See, but that is exciting, right? I hope that is
Yes.
exciting. As a reader, this
Yes.
is the joy I feel when there are questions you don't know the answer for. The
Hmm.
questions that make you
We
think.
have to think out of the box.
Exactly, exactly. Right now, if I'm being honest, I am not even concerned about the grammatical mistakes you might be making or any pronunciation mistake. I'm just
Hmm.
mentioning it because we have to make a note of it, right? The goal is only to start the conversation. Now we
Hmm.
know in what way we can communicate even about the most philosophical questions as we move forward with our conversations in our future sessions as well, right? So,
Hmm.
one final question I'd like to ask, and let's see what kind of examples or philosophies you share for the
Okay.
same, okay? Let's
Hmm.
say a person is an immense people pleaser. They try to say yes every single movement they possibly get because they are extremely anxious or nervous, or even because of maybe the goals that they have. They want to get
Hmm.
higher salaries, they want to fit in, as you mentioned earlier, whatever the reasons might be. What do you think are the effects of being a people pleaser constantly on a person's mental health?
Maybe after some time the person start feeling irritated, because sometimes we are also looking for correct answers, not always say yes, yes, yes. We don't need that. Sometimes we are also looking for validation. If we are like if we are asking to someone and the person is saying yes, yes, yes all the time, so it's little irritating after some time. Or the person also can sense the another person is a people pleaser, so I should not follow his or her advice anymore. I should use my mind or use my brain.
Mhm. Okay, all right, all right. That was a great question. Now, before I share my feedback or any points that we have to work on, I want to know from you, very
Mhm.
honestly, I want you to tell me what are the areas that you already know you are lacking in, or just the areas that you want to improve on, areas that you are
Mhm.
here to learn more about, and you hope that we will be having active conversations about as we move forward in this time. So, kindly share your views.
Yeah, so I feel my answers should be more like I should be more expressive, and I should use more polished word, because I am having sessions for so long. So my answers would be more uh, long. It would be not long. It was like these are not long answers, but normal basic answers. So I would add new words, vocabulary. Otherwise, it's good. Like I'm confident.
All right, That's great. Wonderful. So, can I share a few thoughts from my side as well?
Sure, sure. I'm looking for it.
All right. So first of all, what is happening is many a times when you are giving long answers or longer answers, more than a sentence or two, it's big enough that I'm able to notice. When you have to say becomes, you only say become. When you have to say
Mm-hmm.
follows, you only say follow. When you have to say
Mm-hmm.
followed, once again, you still say just the word follow. So these are minor errors, but when they happen a couple of times in a single answer, the listener is able to
Mm-hmm.
make a note of it. Now, like I said, you are not making these errors when you are making short answers. Whenever you are
Mm-hmm.
giving a sentence or two, I'm literally not able to see many grammatical errors. Even the pronunciation is fine. Whenever you are giving me an answer that is longer than two sentences, the pronunciations start to falter a little bit. The tenses I'm able to make out even with the simple words. You are sometimes fumbling, and the fumbling itself. As I mentioned earlier, many a times when you are in the process of thinking what the right answer should be, there were certain tricky questions. I accept that wholeheartedly.
Mm-hmm.
But even when you are trying to find the right answer or when you are trying to find the right words for it, it is much better to take a breath and not make any sound rather than speaking the same word in a fumbled manner that indicates to the listener that maybe the person is anxious. So we noted
Mm-hmm.
that whenever you are giving the long answers, that is where the struggle is happening. That is where some areas need to be improved upon. With short answers, even I feel very confident. You are quite perfect at. So how can we
Mm-hmm.
work on those longer answers? How can we work on the areas whenever you are telling a story or giving an example and you are taking your time to explain it properly? That is where you have to work on the pronunciation, the structure, the grammar, and most importantly, as you mentioned, the vocabulary. So I hope
Mm-hmm.
these areas you agree with, or anything else you want to add to the same.
No, yeah, I agree with you.
All
So
right,
how can
very
I
good.
work upon these things?
See, these are the areas in a 25-minute session at most, even as an educator, I can simply note down. I cannot give all the instructions for the same in a single session. As a matter of fact, we have to cover each one of these respectively. Like for any ailment, the doctor has to prescribe a different medicine for every single part of it, right? So we
Hmm.
have to cover them individually. Our goal is to make sure that communication or English speaking or even the pronunciation of a word should not feel like a performance to you. It should not feel like you have to learn it before an interview that you're conducting or a sort of
Hmm.
conversation that you're conducting. It should come naturally. When you are speaking a word,
Okay.
the correct pronunciation should not feel like a performance or a prepared answer. It should feel natural. That is what we
Naturally.
have to focus on. So
Yeah.
we will certainly be covering it in our coming sessions and hope you had a
Mm-hmm.
good time in the conversation today and would really appreciate to see you in our future classes too. Thank you so much, Priyanka.
Sure, sure. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Take care. Have a good night.
Yeah. Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.